Good morning everyone, and welcome back to our channel, The Purpose Driven Homestead. Today we'd like to share with you a little bit of information around potatoes. So potatoes are something we have grown year after year for I don't know how long now, but we've always grown them in the traditional way. So you can see out here we've got our potatoes already kind of planted, and I'm a little late on getting our planting video out, but if I can get it out soon, you'll see that as well. So look for that video around how we planted these potatoes. But this year, we did it a different way. Instead of planting the traditional way, we actually used what's called the Ruth Stout method, also known as the no-dig method. Now, before you start wondering what that is, if you're not familiar with it, the Ruth Stout method actually involves, instead of digging directly into the soil, and normally we row up our soil, and you'll see that we've got down here some straw, and I'll share why. Normally we would row these up, have a little shallow trench that goes down, we'd plant our seed potatoes in it, come back, fill that up, and then they would sprout. And then later on in the summer we would dig, probably closer to July, we would typically dig the potatoes, depending on how much we want them to grow and when they start dying back. This year we decided to go with this Ruth Stout method. And again, when you see the Ruth Stout method, you're going to notice initially one big difference. These are all planted in a combination of either straw or hay and straw. So we tried 3 different methods. We were curious which one would actually produce the least amount of weeds, because we knew there was going to be weeds. That was a known commodity. You're planting things in basically old dead stuff that's full of weeds. So that part we knew we were going to have, but we wanted to try it anyway. So just that you're aware, there is absolutely no difference what we found in straw or hay. We actually had bales of straw set up. We let a couple of them get wet, and the grass grew in the bales of straw. So no difference at all in that. Now, what I will say though is we've already noticed that this year there is a huge difference in how much we've had to water. So as you look, you can see that we haven't watered in days. And this stuff is completely dry. Oh, and we actually haven't watered the potatoes themselves hardly at all this entire spring and summer thus far. Now we've had to water our other items. So we've got our onions planted down here. We've got our beans planted over there. We've had to water these quite extensively. But this, we've had almost no need to water because it's been kept so moist by the hay. As the water falls, it's kind of captured in there, and then it doesn't dry out as fast because it's got this thermal barrier, so it doesn't dry as much. So that has been really, really cool. I don't know how the yield is going to turn out for us yet, because we simply aren't quite there yet. We've got some plants that are starting to die back, but don't know how long it's going to take for that to happen. But I do want to show you one thing that we have not seen before. This year is a little different. So we had a very cold, I'll call it cool, cold spring, and we've had a cool spring thus far. Yesterday here in the Midwest, it was 69, I think, for a high. We've had some hot days, don't get me wrong, but it was 69 for a high. We've got our flowers here that you'll recognize if you've grown potatoes before. But one thing that we've never seen before, at least in our situation, we've never seen potato fruit. Now, I've heard that this is not uncommon at all when it's this kind of weather, but generally speaking, it is uncommon. So it looks like it needs a cool, wet spring and summer, and the potato plants will actually will form this potato fruit. Now, potatoes, eggplants, and tomatoes are all part of this nightshade family. I'll show you here. Here are some more fruit that you can see right here. But these fruit look like tomatoes. I mean, they even grow in bunches like tomatoes. They are poisonous. So that is one thing we have learned through this process, is that potato fruit, don't want to eat those. I don't know if they'll kill you or not. I would not want to warn one way or the other, except to say don't eat them, because they are poisonous. If you go online and look them up, you'll find that there's a specific type of poison that is contained in there. Do not eat them. But while we're not going to eat these, we are going to try to do something different this year. We are going to try to plant the seeds that come out of them. So I wasn't aware of this until I started researching a little bit, but these potatoes that we plant from a seed potato is what most people call it. These seed potatoes are just clones of the original potato. So all it does is it grows its plant, and I'll show you here. These things are everywhere. There's a little guy right there. They grow from the original plant, and because they're grown from the original plant, they're just a clone of the original plant. But these are pollinated seeds. And what they will do is you can actually use these, scoop the seeds out when they're mature, which is typically like a dark green or even a purple for some varieties. But you can scoop the seeds out, you can dry them out, and then you can replant them and they'll grow completely new variety of potatoes. So I thought that was just the coolest thing. So we're gonna walk through here and see some of our seeds, or some of our flowers, I should say. Some of these are at different places in the process, and a lot of them are still falling off, which is fine. That's what we're typically used to. I'm looking to see if we can find some. Here's one. Here you can see them in the early stages. So we've dropped, just like a tomato would do, get the same family. We drop the fruit or drop the flower, and then right behind it comes this little tomato fruit. There's a story about how the russet potato was created, but there's a number of people that have more videos around this online. Very cool concept. You can get purple potatoes and all kinds of really neat variations that you wouldn't get normally. Okay, and we spent a little bit of time now on our potato fruit, which we've talked about. Don't eat the potato fruit. In addition, we wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the onions that we're working on currently. So we've got a few that are starting to have these buds on them, and we're gonna collect these for seeds if we can and use those for next year. But our onions are doing quite well. You can see down here, they're really getting big. I'm hoping we're gonna be able to harvest some of these pretty soon, but they're looking awesome. A few of them we got a little too close together. That's okay. But I mean, just look at the size of that monster onion. It's looking really, really good this year. And then our beans that we've got our trellis on, those are looking fantastic as well. Growing quite nicely. And then finally, it's in the Midwest, so it's been cool. We haven't got quite the jump on our cucumbers that we were hoping for. But they're coming along nicely as well. We've got them where they're going to be growing up this hog panel. The other great story we've got going right now is with our pumpkins. So our youngest grew some pumpkins this year, and they are just going crazy. We've had really great results with those. If you didn't see the video, we've actually got it linked in the description right about, or not in the description, but there should be a card popping up right about here. So don't forget to click that and check out our quick. It's just a short, so it's like a 1 minute video, but it shows how we planted our pumpkins this year, and they have done phenomenal. We did them on hog panels this year, and as you can see, they're growing like crazy. 3 or 4 here. Got more that are growing up there. There's a pretty big one there. Already getting big. So that's the word on the pumpkins. We'll have more to show on those before too long. Guys, if you like our video today, please click that subscribe button, pound the like button, and let us know in the comments what you want to see next. We're growing a lot of things. Our goal this year is to try to grow as much as we can of our food and use that over the winter, putting it away, and just trying to feed our family as much as we can from our own personal garden here on a small homestead in our backyard. So if there's something you'd like to see, drop it in the comments. We'd love to take requests. If there's something out here you'd like to know more about or understand or give us some feedback, we always love to hear feedback from everybody on some of the things that we're doing. So please feel free to drop a comment. Thanks, and we'll see you next time on the Purpose Driven Homestead.